Colleen Venable, thank you so much for being willing to talk to me. The guinea pig series, I'll pan down to it really quickly. The guinea pig series is one that checks out constantly in my library.
It makes me so happy to hear that.
Oh, it makes me very happy too, because there's nothing like buying a book that nobody checks out. Yours I do not have that problem with. So, question number one, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
This is, how did you get started working in comics? And you do a lot of different stuff.
I do a lot of different stuff. The way I started working in comics is kind of odd, which is I went to school for playwriting, and I worked really hard, and I did these really funny plays, and I actually got one picked up that was like off. There's like probably like 7 offs in there Broadway, but they paid me, which was amazing. And the week the play was supposed to start, there's a blizzard, and we had sold out, and no one showed up. And I had this moment that I was like, you know, we worked for months and months on this, and no one was able to enjoy it just because of circumstances. And I started to read more and more webcomics at that point in time, and started to realize that webcomics and comics in general were very similar to plays in the sense that you could have these great visual gags, and you could have like really great narratives, but they didn't die the way plays died. Like, because you can't just like, you can give someone a comic and they can give it to 40 other people. You give someone a play, and you know, if they have a really good memory, they can maybe reenact it. That is good. So that's how I got started, and I worked in children's publishing for years. I'm obsessed with kids' books. I read probably 40 kids' books for every one adult book I read, and I usually have to force myself to be like, oh, it's for adults. But yeah, I love kids' books, and so I was pitching stories for a really long time, and then I finally hit on this idea, and it got picked up. So, yeah.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
The next question is, we do like the girl giggle. The next question is, did you read comics when you were a kid?
Absolutely.
And if so, which ones were a big influence on you?
The biggest influence are probably Calvin and Hobbes. The Far Side, I think my bizarre sense of humor is from that too. I was obsessed though with this copy of Muppets Short, Green, and Handsome, which I don't even know if it's in print anymore, and I read it I don't know how many times. It's like broken. It's every page is dog-eared because I must have stopped at every spot. But I was obsessed with the Muppets, and that kind of was my baby. I also blamed the monster at the end of this book because it's totally like a graphic novel. It's all word balloons, and I love the whole breaking the fourth wall. Like that literally broke a fourth wall.
Literally.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, I love that book.
All right, next up is, what are you currently working on?
I am working on, I just finished the script for Guinea Pig 5. Guinea Pig 4 just got finished drawing. I sold my first teen graphic novel last year.
Congratulations.
For second books, where I also work as a designer. And I just finished my first prose YA novel script.
Wow.
Which is currently being revised, and it's terrifying. I have to actually show people soon. So that's been what I've been working on.
That's really exciting.
And
Congratulations.
Stephanie and I are working on a new series that's all secret right now. So
all right.
We'll do something secret.
Very good. Next up is, what graphic novels, and this will be an easy one for you hopefully, what graphic novels for kids or for teens have you read within the last year that you think are fantastic?
The 2 that I really went crazy over, Zeta the Space Girl. I got to design that one, and I was like absolutely in love with it. It's this girl that winds up in this whole other dimension, but she just kind of like, she's so funny and so cute, but also really believable, and there's parts where she gets scared, and it's just so sweet. It's one of those books where like you're crying at parts and laughing at other parts, and Ben Hackey, who did the art, it's his first book.
Have you been hoping to find a good?
And another one, even though it was maybe a little over a year ago, the Super Secret Science Alliance, or the Secret Science Alliance, I always had the Super, by Eleanor Davis.
Yes.
I love that book, and it's the same thing where it's like, it's so hyperactive and just so many words there, and it's really funny, but also really sweet.
Yeah. And the last question is, those are very good choices, by the way.
Yeah.
The last question is, if you were stranded on a desert island and you could only bring one book with you, and it can be prose, it can be comics, whatever you like.
I know what I'm bringing.
And but it can't be Frankie Pickle.
Oh.
If you could bring any one book with you, and it can't be Hereville. Da, 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 da. Oh. What would that book be?
Well, after I stopped crying, then it couldn't be Frankie Pickle. No. Hands down, The Westing Game.
Yay!
I read it once a year. It is the most perfect book ever crafted. I love Ellen Rashkin. I pine over getting a first edition signed. There's one right now that's online that's signed for Vicky, Boom Boom, Ellen Rashkin. If I get $400, it's going to be for me, and I'm going to change my name to Vicky. But that's my favorite book in the world, so I wouldn't get bored reading it.
That's, of all the mysteries in the world that I've ever read, that is my favorite, and I've read a lot of mysteries.
I always talk about, like, that's my career goal, is I want to one day write something that could even be somewhere near the level of the Weston Game.
You're now my favorite Weston Game.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, single tear.
All right, Colleen, thank you so much for talking with me. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.